Shalom, Kathy Young. I know you watch the alt-right and I usually love your work, but I have to be honest, you attacked our queen, Ann Coulter. And if you forget, I'll link to the article you wrote. And for my other viewers besides Kathy who may have not read the article, basically the article was anti-Semite, 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 anti-Semite. And the fact that you're a Russian Jew, it doesn't bother me at all. I loved Ayn Rand. And I think just ask anyone in the alt-right, Ramsey Paul has a reputation of me love Jew long time. So it's really unfair to claim that we on the alt-right all hate Jews. I don't. I love bagels, I love money, I love Jews. But this whole anti-Semitism thing, I know, I always was taught as a child it was because of irrational hatred of Jews. But maybe, just maybe, sometimes there's a reason. And what I want to do for you, Kathy, you're in a negative space. I see you have a lot of hatred in you. Here are 5 things that you can do to reduce anti-Semitism in your life. The fact that you can go to jail for debating a historical event causes many of us to... Yeah, it kind of seems fishy and funny. So what you can do is advocate removal of all Holocaust denial laws. After all, just looking at our position, it'd be like if we had a law that made it illegal for you to deny the physical resurrection of Jesus Christ. You wouldn't like to go to jail for that, right? So no, we're the same way. Just say everything's up for debate and you can educate the ignorant people with facts. The truth never has to be scared of the facts. My heritage is Scottish, and that's really cool. My dad, for example, he's into the Scottish heritage, attends the festivals. And so, Kathy, if you want to keep in touch with your roots and your Jewish roots, praise Yahweh for that. I have no problem with it. But the thing is, you know what we do? We don't sit around and call our congressmen and demand that we go to war for the enemies of Scotland. And we don't demand that the #1 foreign aid, the most foreign aid, should go to Scotland. And we don't demand that our elected officials give a loyalty oath to Scotland. Because we're fucking Americans. Our first loyalty is to our country. And see, Kathy, you can do that too. Make your first loyalty to the United States. Doesn't mean you have to hate Israel, but quit advocating nonstop for an alien nation. You're proud of your Jewish identity. That's fine with me. But what happens if we white people are proud of our identity? White supremacists! Neo-Nazi! See, we really get tired of the double standard because you may not believe it, but we're people too. We want to have a tribal affiliation, and it doesn't mean we have to hate, right? Just because you're proud of your Jewish roots, does that mean you have to hate others? I would say, you say, no, it doesn't mean I have to hate others. The same with us. So allow us to have our own identity and support our identity. Don't try to fight it like you did in this article. And Kathy, you're so lucky because what you have a nation for your people, Israel, an ethnic nation. You can live in the United States, but if things go bad, you always have a one-way ticket back to Israel, right? Us white people, we don't have that. Most of us really don't have that because it's considered totally evil for white people to have a nation that is specifically for white people. But it's okay that Jews have that, and so it's this double standard. And you build borders, you have walls around Israel to keep the Muslims out. I understand that. But when we want to build a wall to keep out like Mexicans or other people, you just go flip out. And see, people are tired of your double standard that you have. And if someone should bring up something like, I don't know, why is it 6 million in the Holocaust when that number has been used previously? Or I don't know, why do you people get your country but we're not allowed to have our country? Or I don't know, why are walls okay for Israel but not for our people? See, you need to answer that with logic and specifically give reasons, not just anti-Semite, 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 anti-Semite. Because honestly, it makes you look stupid, like you don't have a rational response, you can just throw slurs. And I know it works because it tends to put people on the defensive like, oh no, I'm not an anti-Semite. And so you turn the tables. I understand why you're doing it, but it's slimy and dishonest. And people are starting to say, fuck it, you can say whatever you want, you can say anti-Semite all day, but if you can't answer these questions, then we don't have to consider your opinion valid. And we only have to consider then that, yeah, you just hate white people. That's the only other option. Unless you can explain rationally why there's two different set of standards. If you can do these sort of things, you can end anti-Semitism or go a long ways in that. Talk to you guys later.